HR interview questions. We all feel that we really don't know how to answer them. So let us see how to answer one of a common HR interview questions, which is gap year in your resume. So a lot of us have a gap year in your resume. So you finished college and now you spent a year, 2 years either trying to find a job, preparing for exams, doing something else, or were not well, or there was some family problem, or could be any reason. And for that reason, there is a gap year in your resume. And now you're sitting in an HR interview and the interviewer is asking you about it. So first, typically what are the ways in this question is asked? I see there is a gap year in your resume. What did you do in the gap year? So this could be one way. Another way could be you completed your graduation last year or before that. What have you been doing since then? Another could be what have you been doing after completing college? So these are some ways in which a gap year question is being posed by the interviewer. And in this video, we are looking at the case wherein the reason for you to probably have a gap year was you were preparing for exams. So you were preparing for some government exams or GATE or CAT, MBA or some such exam or an MTech or NET. So you were preparing for exams. So for that reason, you got a gap year, and for some reason your exams did not work out. So you're now looking for a job. So when you say that I was preparing for your exams, is there an issue there? And that is what we will first highlight. So the issue is, if you were preparing for an exam, so what was your achievement during that exam or during that preparation period? So the interviewer would really want to know that did you achieve anything? So suppose you were preparing for a government exam, then how did you fare in that exam? How did you perform? And that would really influence the interviewer. So unless you were really preparing for an extremely tough exam, and in which case also the interviewer would really be interested in knowing that how was your performance. So if there was an achievement in the preparation, suppose you were preparing for IAS and you got rejected in say mains or the final interview. Now that's not a problem. But if you said my prelim score was also very low, or in a bank PO exam I could not clear the prelims, then that does not sound really good. So it will not be looked upon as positive. So if there was no achievement during the preparation or in the exam, then how should we make it look better? And this is more relevant if your gap year is more than a year. So if you spent 2 years, 3 years, 4 years preparing for these exams, one, there's nothing wrong with it. But then how do we present it? So that is the important question. So don't get me that it is wrong, but we need to be able to address it in the right way. So let's step back and try and understand why the interviewer is asking this question, or what is the purpose behind this question. So the purpose is for the interviewer to figure out that are you a serious, hardworking person who makes use of time. So okay, you had a gap year. Now most people don't have a gap year, but in this gap year, the interviewer is trying to figure out that whether you were making use of time, you were hardworking, you are serious, or are you a non-serious, lazy person who wastes time? And I guess you can all be clear or be assured that they are looking for serious, hardworking people who value time, and they are not looking for non-serious people who do not value time. So when this question is being asked, the purpose is for the interviewer to figure out that which kind of person you are. So we discussed the case wherein if there were achievements for your exam, in your exam, then you should highlight that, and that's good enough. Not everybody clears an exam, we all understand that, but if you made significant progress in it and you had some achievements, you should highlight that, and that is perfectly fine, and it shows that you were really serious for your exam preparation and you did reasonably well. You did not achieve your goal, not a problem, but you did reasonably well. If that is not the case, then we should look at some other options. So here I am highlighting some options, and what you need to figure out is which one is really applicable to you, and did you do any one of them? If not, then how should you look at it? So one is that you did something else in terms of a part-time job. You took up a job somewhere as in a part-time position, which shows that you were really hardworking, you value money, you value time. You did some freelancing, you did some work in a company of freelancing, whether it was management, whether it was sales, whether it was technical, customer support. And so not only did you use time, but in this freelancing or part-time job, you also picked up a lot of skills. You learned how to work with people, you learned a few processes, you learned about maybe handling customers, maybe handling customer queries. So there is also skill enhancement that you happened. It could also be that you helped in your father's business or a friend's business or a relative's business and you helped there, which is also a good thing. So all these options show that not only did you make good use of that time, but you also would have picked some skills. And if you say anything of this nature, you should have a follow-up answer to the question about the person or the interviewer asking for details. So suppose you said, I helped in my father's business. The immediate question would be, or can possibly be, okay, what is your father's business? What did you do? What role did you play? What did you learn from it? So suppose he's in a textile business, or he's in auto parts, or in food. So you should have some understanding of it. Otherwise, the interviewer would be very, very clear in coming to a conclusion that you're just bluffing. So if you take this path and make any of this choice, research it completely. Make the next set of questions that can be asked. So questions would be possible questions. What did you do in the job? So if you did a job, where did you do it? Which company? What were the details? What were the timings? What were you paid? What was your role? And you should know some more details about the company and the job. Same for freelancing, same for business. It's a good approach, but you should do this preparation. The second option is you go for something around learning, education or something. So one could be you did a course or certification. So suppose you are an engineer, you're a software engineer, so you did some programming course, offline, online, somewhere, or you did a project somewhere. So that could be. If you were, say, a mechanical or some other engineer, a civil engineer, you did again some course or some certification or some online course. If you are a BSc or a BCom, or then you again picked up something, so you learned something about commerce, you learned tally, you learned something else. So you can pick up any course or a certification. Again, you should prepare the next follow-up questions and you should be well versed with it. Second, if you take this path of a course and a certification, try and pick something that would be valuable for the area that you're going and searching for a job. So it should be correlated. Even in the earlier option that we talked about, job, part-time job, see if it is correlated with the area you're looking for. The other could be you picked a skill. So maybe you could say, I had interest in music. So while I was preparing for those exams, I improved my music skills. So maybe I learnt more of guitar and I tried to do it, or I did something around it, or I did vocals, or I did dance, or I did theater, or I did maybe sports. So something that shows that you have passion. So while you were preparing for the exams, you also used your passion to do something. So it's not necessary that all skills have to be educational, but it should show that you are a passionate, hardworking person who values time. So again, remember the context. So we are looking at the context wherein your core thing that you said for your gap year was preparation for an exam, and if you have done reasonably well in that exam, that suffices. If not, what are the possible options? So we have looked at two kind of models. One is a part-time job or a freelance or helping somebody in a business, and the other is around skill building or a course or a certification. So these are two possible options you can pick up. And what I would suggest is look at your interests, look at your skills, and build the, and also look at the area or the kind of the role you want to get in. See if they all tally, and then build an answer accordingly. And for both these options that we suggested, you can do background research, maybe spend 4 to 6 hours, 8 hours researching what you want to do, and then you can figure it out and put it in and really prepare a bit about it. If you do that, you will be able to clear these interviews or satisfy the interviewer. If you need help with these answers, we are there to help you. So how should you do that? Put down your details about yourself and the answer you have constructed in the comments, and we will respond back, and that should help you develop this answer. So it is important that when you go for an interview, you should have these answers prepared. Otherwise, what will happen? The moment the interviewer asks these questions, you go blank, you start mumbling. I was preparing for my exams, and it doesn't impress the interviewer. Actually, it instead of impressing, first a gap year is looked at negatively, and on top of it, your answer has not given anybody satisfaction, so it will not be looked upon well. So you're serious about a job, you're looking for a job, prepare this answer. As I've said, put it down in the comment section, and we are there to help you. So if you like this, keep on watching these kind of things which help you prepare for your HR interview questions, how to answer HR interview questions, and obviously don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.